Hey guys, this is Dalsoo with Dalsoo Plays, and I'm coming at you today with a brand new Let's Play. We have been doing Factorio on the side. We've kind of been slacking off on some of the other playthroughs, so I'm very happy to start off with a brand new one today. Polaris Sector. This game just came out about a week ago, and I have been playing it pretty much non-stop for the past week. It is a Space 4X in the same vein as like Masters of Orion or Gal Civ 3. Except it's kind of real-time in the same way that like Paradox grand strategy games are real-time. And it does a lot of new things, and it does a lot of things well. My review right now would be, you know, probably up there in the 8 or 9 out of 10. The game is at about 30, 40 bucks. I think I got it when it was on sale. Not going to say it's 100% worth 40 bucks, but it is a good game, and it's a nice like step in a new direction for 4X games in general. It does a lot of things that I haven't really seen before in games like this. So without introducing it any more than just what I just did, I'm going to go ahead and start a new game. We're going to do like all the kind of basic settings. I'm going to do weak AI because the game is hard, and as I said, I've been playing it for about a week and I've been getting kind of beat up. So I'm going to go ahead and leave it on easy. I'm going to just turn off victory by dominate. No, I'm going to turn off external threats and pirate attacks for right now. So it's going to be pure up, you know, pure us against the AI. And nothing special going to happen in the external threat, as far as I know, is like where you have kind of an outside threat come at the end of the game once you start winning, and then they fight you. Pirate attacks are just basically really strong barbarians that screw up everything. So these are kind of basic noob settings, but I'm going to go ahead and do it. I have been playing with the cute little koala bears. The kind of bonuses that you get are pretty standard for most 4X games. You know, fleet upkeep cost is 10% more. I like the tooltips in this game are really good. This tells you just very clearly 10% more cost to your fleet upkeep. Production speed is a lot better. Research speed is a little bit better. Mining efficiency is a little bit worse. These are normal. Morale is hard to deal with when you start to get xenophobia and stuff we'll talk about later. Good assimilation. We suck at espionage. I mean, after all, a koala is not exactly a sneaky animal. We are nothing special in terms of aquatic or radioactive. We start off with biological alloys, blah, blah, blah. You can't add a new tech here unless you sacrifice something else. I believe you can, yeah, kind of like fine-tune these if you want, but I'm just going to go with the koala as is and start the game. Alright, so we're starting in a fairly central location, which I don't know if that's good or not. I prefer to be kind of on the edge because you get attacked from less directions. We're kind of in the center, which means we're probably going to have to go a little bit heavy on the military at first. Just to introduce you what's going on here, we have like a timer here. You can speed all the way up to really fast, and right now we're just paused. Typical like grand strategy game, Paradox style. You can see our planet here. These are our 3 planets. We can only colonize the Earth-like one right now, although later on you can colonize every single planet. So that is one of my kind of only criticisms at this point, is that there are so many planets that it's hard to manage at certain points, and I think that's like because of some small failings with the UI, which definitely could be hammered out. So other than that, it's pretty epic and serious, and it's kind of reminds me a little bit of Distant Worlds Universe, which is a game that I've never been able to master because it's far too complex. This game's not as complex, but it does have a lot of complexity to it. Here's the planet screen. Actually, you cannot build anything on your capital when you first start out because you're totally full. Everything's already built for you. All the basic buildings on your capital are 100% built. So what I usually like to do is to go with a colonizer. And I do want to just check this design. It has a very, very nice design system in which you actually place things physically on the ship in certain positions and try to maximize through a kind of stacking, you know, micromanagement, how you're going to build the best possible ship, if that makes any sense. Alright, so here's my colonizer. I think I've already like gotten this one pretty good. Yeah, okay, so I have 14,000 range. This game has a very cool fuel system. So when we're talking about range, we're talking about fuel. So that's how far you can go before you run out of fuel. And there are ways to kind of combat against running out of fuel, and it's very, very interesting in my opinion. Also, you have to make sure you have enough power and everything like that. So we are okay right now, I think, for this colony ship. We could add more fuel. There's space for more fuel and more generators. But I don't really see the point in doing that. We could also make it faster by adding more engines. There are things that we could do to make this ship much better. But I'm not going to do them right now because it's going to make it more expensive and take longer to build. I'm just going to go ahead and go with the basic colonizer for right now. And I'm probably going to go ahead and just tell it to build 3. Now that's going to take a very long time. 7 years times 3 is quite a while, and it's going to use all these resources. Resources are listed over here, except when you move over here. Kind of a... Anyway, you're going to have to manage these resources and stuff in the future. We'll talk about all that. But usually how I start off with is 3 colonizers. And population doesn't matter quite as much in this game. Like, you need population to work certain buildings. So if I was going to build another farm, I would need another 1,000 colonists available to work that. But I'm not building any buildings on this planet, so I don't need any more population growth. So I'm actually off population growth right now. And I like to turn on micromanagement so that I can control all that myself. It does get a little too much to micromanage all your planets later on, but for right now we're going to be able to handle it. So we're going to turn that on. Okay, so this is our scout, and he has quite a lot of fuel at 30,000, so you can kind of go all over our local area and find new planets to colonize. Right now we are looking for Earth-like planets or oceanic planets. I believe we can do oceanic planets right now as well, and they make pretty good science research-based planets. So I'm going to go ahead and unpause it. I'm going to leave it on the slowest speed just for the beginning. Don't freak out. Later on, we're definitely going to speed it up, but at the very beginning, it's important to micromanage everything. And then later on, you kind of relax that, let the automation. The nice thing about this game is when it's set up, anything that happens, it pauses the game. Now you can customize all that to your heart's desire and tell it when to stop and when not to stop. It's one of the things I really like about the game. So even just this arriving right here, I mean, it stops the game, which is important when you're going at high speeds. So in this new little solar system, we have a volcanic planet, which we're not going to be able to colonize for a very long time. We could colonize this little exhausted dwarf, but it's kind of shit. You can see all we have space for is atmospheric domes and 8 production. So I could do a very crappy production planet here, but it's just not worth it right now because there are going to be better planets around, and it takes me 7 years to do a colony ship, so we're just going to pass that up. As far as I know, the yellow stars are more likely to have good planets, I believe. That's kind of why I'm heading this way. Okay, so we found an oceanic planet. It's not great. Oceanic planets cannot farm, not yet, until you get a certain technology, but they can have a rather large population which you can support through farming on other planets. And they can also have pretty good research. So a lot of planets can't do research, but oceanics can. So I'm going to want to keep this guy on the back burner. I probably won't colonize him first if I can find an Earth-like planet here. Probably do that first, but he's definitely going to be important in my plans in the future. I'm glad that I discovered that. Okay, let's check out Kraz. Alright, so we have an Earth-like planet here. As you can see, Earth-likes are the best by far. Now, they do have all of these different explored mineral deposits and stuff like that, which Earth-like planets are the only ones that have all. But more importantly, Earth-like planets can farm right off the bat, and you need quite a lot of farming to support all of your other planets, because we do intend to start spreading ourselves very widely as fast as we can. I'm noticing that this guy has a lot of resources, though, so I might also want to make it a mineral-based planet, but it has quite a nice boost to science. Production is a little bit of a boost, and food is a little bit of a boost. But that makes me think a bit of science with maybe a bit of mineral work would be great. But see, you block yourself in. Every mineral resource I build is going to block something else. Production things, I believe, block farming. I think research blocks production. I'm not sure exactly how it works, but when you build one thing, it locks out another that you can't build. Okay, so you need to specialize your planets, basically, is what that all amounts to. I need to find a farming planet if I'm going to not make this one a farming planet. I need to find another Earth-like planet. And I also would like an Earth-like planet that's going to be just pure production. So 2 more Earth-like planets would give me a great start. I don't know if I'll find it. It's not a foregone conclusion whatsoever. I want to check on this 6 years we still got left. So we got plenty of time to scout around. Alright, this guy just has a lot of connections. So it's telling me to put defenses there, which I might do in the future. It doesn't have any good planets, though. And I haven't even mentioned tech yet. We're going to talk about tech. Tech is very, very slow right off the bat. It has a very unique science system, which we can just talk about really quickly because it's so, I wouldn't say revolutionary, but it is a nice breath of fresh air in terms of 4X games. basically you put points into either fundamental science or applied science. Fundamental science unlocks applied sciences. Applied sciences unlock things that you can actually use in the game, like new engines and new buildings and stuff like that. So you might say, well, let me put all my power towards applied science and then I'll get things I can use really fast. But if you do that, then you stop researching these fundamental sciences, so you stop unlocking new branches of research. So you have to choose. It's almost like choosing between early game power and late game power. So for right now, because I don't have any damn science anyway, 4.8 is nothing. It's going to take me, you know, hundreds of years to complete some of these. Basically, until you start to get your research ramped up, you're not going to be even really worried about adjusting all that stuff. At least I'm not. That's not how I usually play. So it's probably about time for me to head back because I will run out of gas. I mean, I've got 2/3 of my gas left, but I have to get back to this planet. So it'll tell you, if you set it up to warn you, it'll tell you when you're about to run out of gas. Now I think there's probably a connection through here, so I'm going to go ahead and go there. And then loop around back, and I'll want to start exploring CAF because it's also very close to my home planet. Another nice thing is the economic screen, which kind of like summarizes everything. I can see I've discovered one Earth-like and one oceanic right here. So I could even just tell me where it is, or I could even tell it to automatically colonize. I don't like to do that though, because I like to micromanage. I'm a control freak. This is a desert planet. Actually, it looks like I already have desert technology, which is not the way my last game went. But it looks like I can actually do a mining planet here. And I'll have, this is metal, right? Yeah, okay, so I won't have rhedium, but I'll have pretty much the other things. I'll have everything but rhedium, so maybe that should be my mining planet. The things that run out first tend to be plutonium. Sometimes metal runs out, but this is plutonium, right? This one always runs out. So I'm gonna want to definitely have a planet there. It looks like my plan to connect to Tibet are not going to work out, so I'm going to tell you to head back. We have plenty for our first colonizer ship to do, and he still has 5 years to do it in. So while we're kind of like waiting here, I'm going to speed it up just a little bit. You really want to get some new planets out like kind of as fast as you can. It's all about like expanding and getting more powerful than the AI. So we discovered a new applied science. You can see automation is now here. I could turn all these off and then it would only do 50% of my science towards automation. That would make some of these things come along faster. But even at the fastest, it would only be 15 years. I could speed it up and get it in 8 years. I don't think enhanced tungsten armor is really worth it at this point. It's going to be a long time before I'm ready to start building combat ships. So those early technologies, not like civilization where you need, you know, early animal husbandry in order to get the cows that are right next to you. It doesn't work that way. Most of the technologies, at least in my experience, are kind of more relevant as you have, you know, 6 or 7 planets. Hopefully we'll get 6 or 7 planets. There's always a race to colonize at first, and sometimes you don't get everything that you want, and the AI might be bigger than you, but the game kind of pushes war on you through that mechanic, so I appreciate it, because the war in this game is excellent. It's all about the war. I still haven't figured out how to be very good at it, which is why I put it on easy, but... Okay, so we've got our guy back here. You'll notice it paused the game. Let's go to this neighboring planet. Hopefully it'll be something good. I would highly doubt it, but you never know. A super Earth. Yeah, I've never actually been able to colonize a super Earth because you need a special kind of dome that comes later with a lot of research. So even though it's a pretty good planet, I believe, I mean, the name Super Earth would imply that it's good, but you cannot colonize it at first, which is unfortunate. This exhausted dwarf is also shit. So much for having an awesome planet right next door. Alright, we do have an Earth-like planet just 1 star away, so that's going to probably be our first settlement. Probably so. This is when the economics menu comes in handy. So we've got an Earth-like planet. Earth-like planet. What are the bonuses on this one? It's got good food bonuses. Alright, this is probably going to be my food planet, I would think. And start kind of making my early plans here. Food planet. This one I was thinking of maybe making my research planet, because it has a nice research bonus. But I'm also going to make the oceanic planet a research planet. So that's 2 research planets. Alright, maybe I'll make the second Earth-like into a production planet. It's got a little bit of a production boost. You want to have a couple forge planets right near your center so you can build ships really fast. So that's the plan so far. I'm going to have a mineral planet on this desert, a research planet on the oceanic, probably a production planet here, maybe with a few mineral mines thrown in, and this is going to be the breadbasket. Right? Sounds good. Let's keep on scouting. Maybe we can get a... you know, if we find another Earthlight, we can make this our production planet also. Then we'll have 3 production planets, which is better. Oh, sweet. Now tell me we got a food bonus here. That is good luck. We don't have much of a food bonus, but, you know, fuck it. I'd rather have a food planet here, and then 1, 2, 3 awesome production planets. Science planet here, and mineral planet here. That sounds like a pretty good plan. How many mineral deposits? I can do 7 there. And it's got pretty good minerals. You can also do the odd mineral plant on some other planets, and hopefully we'll be able to swipe some others from the AI if we don't get them. But that seems like a pretty good start to me right now. So I'm looking forward to getting this first colony ship out in just 1 year. Got a hot planet, a gas giant. Let's go a little bit further afield here. I don't think we're going to get so lucky as to have a 3rd Earth-like planet just right there. But we might, you never know. Frozen planet. Frozen planets are... they're mostly good for mineral stuff. I think they can be also okay for production. But typically not that great. I must have some tech for atmospheric domes that I just didn't realize I had. I'm not sure if that happens every game or what, because I definitely don't think I've had it in other games. Here's a desert planet. It's got a lot of metal and some organics. I mean, these are the kind of things we would colonize later after everything's already colonized, and we're just trying to get more resources. Those would be the kind of things we would snag. Right now, we're not too interested. Oceanic planet, second science planet. It's kind of a bit of a jaunt. I don't know if my colony ship's going to have enough fuel to get there, but okay, so now we have gotten our... we paused? Alright. We've got our first colony ship, so let's load it up with colonists. That's pretty easy to do. And then I think we decided to do these 2 planets first. Where's the other Earth-like? Okay, it's down here. I don't know. Should we do one here? Then we can... no, because we're wanting to go... I don't know. It might make more sense to go ahead and get this one started. Which one has the production bonus? This one has a bit of a production bonus. This one does not. It has actually a negative production bonus. What about this one? This one's got... Actually, I'm a little worried about making this my production planet, considering it has negative 6.4 to production. Didn't realize that. We'll think about it while we go ahead and seed this one and get it started for production. It's a good plan. So he's going to take just a little while to get there, and... almost time to head back. Yeah, we don't see... it'll actually warn you at the bottom of the screen, oh, you don't have enough fuel to get there, so you got to head back. And that's quite nice. However, if I were to make a planet here... excuse me for the 18-year-old voice crack there. If I were to make a planet here, I'd have greater range, obviously, because... okay, our colony ships arrived. Let's go ahead and found our second colony, Kraz. I'll go ahead and rename it, just because, you know, like I do in Galciv, I like to keep everything kind of clear, because we're going to have so many planets by the end of the game. We're not going to even remember. So this is going to be Production 2. Alright, next to my capital, it's going to be a production-based planet. It's got a 5% bonus to production even. Great. We're going to start off with a factory. And you'll see it says production required 2,000, available is only 1,000. So besides taking 15 years, it's going to take some time for this to grow. It won't be 15 years though. We'll have the population we need. 15 years is a long time, but the first factory always takes a little while to get going because you don't have anything else boosting your production. So I think that's a great place to stop the video. I hope you guys are going to follow and like and subscribe to this new series because I'm trying to do some new things so we can get some new people in here and keep it interesting. You know, I love 4X games. I'm going to pause it here while I'm just blathering on so we don't get ahead of ourselves. But if you'd like and subscribe, it'd make me very happy, and I will listen to any kind of recommendations you have for other games you might like to see. Otherwise, just check us out. I'm going to be probably releasing a new video on this mostly every day. Sometimes just, you know, personal responsibilities make it impossible, but almost every day I'll have a new episode of it out till the foreseeable future. I think this is probably going to be a longish Let's Play. At least 30 episodes. Just depends on how crazy we get over here with the stopwatch. But yeah, I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. This has been Dalsoo with Dalsoo Plays.